Okay, so I got a Water Boss 900 IF water filter. It's been installed about 4.5 years. I try to stir it up once a week. The tank here says once a month, I think, in the paperwork, but speaking with tech support some time ago, I said do it once a week, so this is what I use. Try to keep it getting on you. Potassium Permanganate. In case you know what that is. Hardware stores, Lowe's, Home Depot, they have this stuff. It is not cheap, but that's what you put in there. So I went to do that, and lo and behold, this water level should only be about 4 inches. So, pop my top. I unplugged this thing because I'm scared of it overflowing and keep coming up. So the first step I did was to make sure the drain hose was clear. No problems there. So now I have some directions from tech support, which I only have to look over now. I forgot they actually had this whole deal to clean the parts, so I'll go over that in a minute when I figure out what the heck it is I'm doing again, and we'll get this figured out. Alright, first step, put it in bypass. Put that over there. Now I've unplugged mine. I don't know if it's supposed to be unplugged, but like I said, I don't trust it. And then I'm going to screw this knob down here. It takes a pair of pliers. It's in there pretty tight. Hopefully I won't drop anything in there. I believe there's a screen in here. Let's see. Maybe not. What am I looking at? See if I can gently. No, it doesn't seem to want to come out of there like that. Alright. See if I got the right thing or not. Okay. Did say pull the cap at the base of the serial number, but there's nothing really in there. I'm going to pull this off of here just to get out of the way. This comes out that way. You'll see it's got clips on it. Let's get that out of the way. I'm going to remove the base cap, which is going to be that there. How are my gears looking? I've had problems with this before when this thing wouldn't turn. Pull the end over here and see what I can see in there. Alright, so there's two short screws on this side and come out. These two long screws, and this thing comes off and dumps a little water. Yeah, see in there's a little bit of debris in the corner. I just have to get a light and have a look in there. I don't really see much in there. Let me get a light. Alright, don't see a whole lot in there. It's a little brown. Other than that, it's just a valve, right? Alright, at this point, I think we get back on the phone. Okay, word from Water Boss is simply pull that right out of there, and that's got a cap and an O-ring. Drop that in there. So this should just come right out. I'm trying to get it out with a pair of needle nose, and it's just coming right out. Clean this little sucker. Poke a hole in the back with a paper clip or something. Pull the end cap, so make sure this poke a wire or something, and make sure that elbow's open. I may take that up to the shop, put some compressed air and see what happens. There's really nothing over on that inside over there. This is the big deal. Get this out of here. It says, and then you're gonna have to get that water out of there manually. Put it back together and run it and watch it. The water should stay between 2 and 4 inches. 4 inches is about it. It should go down 2 inches, come up 4 inches. And if it don't, then I guess I'm back on the phone to see what's what. Interesting. Alright, to be continued. Alright, just a quick little aside is what we're trying to do. We got the cap and the O-ring out of there, and that is the little red injector, what do they call that thing? Injector nozzle, and then that's the injector throat we're trying to get to poke a hole in, I guess. And I thought there was a big thing coming out of there. It's just this little guy right here, so that somehow has got to come out of there without screwing it up. It's just this little thing on the outside, so let me see what's what. Alright, I'm not sure why I can't pry that sucker using the tab and a pair of vice grips or needle nose. What I ended up doing is sticking this in here, little screwdriver, and basically, see that? Was able to, jeez, now I lost it. Was able to pry it a little bit. Boom. There it comes out. I don't know what that is. That contamination? Is that part of it? Yeah, sorry about this, but I'm trying to use that.
He also said the U.S. would move more equipment, military equipment, to the Baltic. And these are 3 former Soviet republics that are now members of NATO. And he's
Alright, that looks like a plastic tab then, not contamination. No, I'm not sure this is part of what they want you to do, but I pried this seal away because it looks like a little screen is right there. Took a little toothbrush to it, tried to clean it up. I'm going to take it to the air, gently blow this thing out, make sure all the holes are empty that need to be empty. It's a little crusty looking in there, but the hole's open. Alright, I'm going to recommend not doing that. Do not pull that seal off of there. There's a real pain in the butt. It wraps around the whole thing on both sides. It goes inside that little gizmo there, and it's got to be all the way down and in there. It's kind of a really pain in the butt to get it back in there. Anyway, I scraped it out a little bit. So that's all that is. Did clean the little screen though, and then part of this little, make sure there's nothing in there. And there's not. It's not really encouraging. You know, you really want to find something wrong when you're working on these things, where you can have the satisfaction of fixing something. That's kind of nasty looking. I'll get a, I will clean all that off of there. Yuck. Yeah, I'll get something in here. Well, I'll just do it like this probably. Make sure I get all that out of there. Alright, I'm going to poke around in there and try to clean that off as much as possible. You know, yeah, in case you didn't notice, I put the double layer of tin foil over this hole here and just tossed a rag over the top of it. I really don't want to drop anything in there. A piece of cardboard or something would be even better, because we're going to have to scoop all that all nasty potassium brown water out of there. I don't have to go fishing around for any tools. Okay, amazingly enough, that's red, so I dug around there with my little screwdriver and cleaned that up. You can see the nasty stuff. Got this cleaned up. That's the little piece of plastic goes in there. I guess that goes in that little groove so you can't screw up the position of it. So that's got to line up in that little pin up in there. And gets shoved in there. It's a pretty good tight fit. Alright, satisfied with that. There's an O-ring that goes in there. Stays in there, should be in there. Tighten that back up. And according to product support, customer service, that's all I need to do. Didn't need to take that off of there other than to check, make sure that elbow was cleared out. And I did that. Take this off, didn't need to. And then I'm going to stick it back together. The controller goes there. It's got some stuff over here. Controller's gonna go back on there, get plugged in. There's 4 clips on there where this thing sits down, and I'll show you when I put it on how it goes in there. Just get it clicked all the way over. Wait a second until I put everything together for that. So let me put this end cap back on. And even though it's kind of obvious, the 2 long bolts with the sleeves, plastic sleeves go in the middle, 2 short screws go on the back side. Just gonna snug them all up. Always install all the hardware, gently snug it up before tightening anything. Sometimes the parts have to slide around a little bit to get into place, and or you don't want to get them twisted or up on one end or something and get them hung up somewhere and then over tighten them and break something. I'll make sure the hole's in the back too, by the way. Well, make sure the hole's where you need it to be, I guess. Well, I guess it has to be in the back because the hole pattern's that way. Hopefully none of this will leak. There are seals in there. Or not that kind of seal. Don't want to tighten too much. And then of course the drain line is going to get screwed into there, and it's slipping right inside there, so I have to turn it with a pair of pliers or a wrench or something, but that'll go. Ouch. Getting old hard on your back. Alright, so that's tightened up. I got to tighten that up yet. The controller power plug goes in the back here. Gee, if I just had another hand. Put it in there. Then it goes in. They show you a picture where it's got to be. It's hard to tell, but it gets pushed over all the way. And then it's going to get plugged back in, but I'm not plugging it back in until I tighten that up and then get this water out of here. I'm going to have to scoop it out of there, and I know that's going to be a mess. My arms are going to be all stained brown, but oh well. Alright, this is what I'm going to try. I got me a Homer bucket. I'm basically, oh, where the glove. This is a drag because I'm going to waste all the stuff. I'm going to do this until I get down a couple inches. I'm going to have to put new stuff in it once it gets going right. Anyway, I'll be doing that for the next little while. So, how do I do this? I'll be back. So if you're keeping score, you can see how far down that is, and that's 4 gallons. We got, we're gonna have another bucket worth at least. Alright, we're getting there. We see how far down we are. Another 4 gallons. I'm gonna try to get about 3 gallons in this bucket and hang on to it, because that's the initial amount of water that goes in here. So if I take it all the way down, put 3 gallons back in it, that should be a good startup point. Actually, I'm gonna stop right here. There's another 3 gallons or something. See what it looks like down there. I'm going to take my stirring stick. I'm looking for about 4 inches. Put that down to the bottom. I'll say it's pretty good. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna take one more 16-ounce. Could actually count it out. One more 16-ounce thing out. All right. Then it's time. And we get this glove off. All right. Well, let's. I want to do its degenerate cycle. All right, we got 01. So hold it till, let's see. It says hold the regenerate button till it flashes 01. That didn't sound real spectacular, but things are moving. Motor's moving. Plastic dealie's moving. Hold on a second. Am I supposed to put this in bypass? I think it's supposed to be in bypass, isn't it? Yeah, hold on a second. Let's see. Place filter, backwash filter. Hold on. Wow, so I'm not really seeing anything specific except what I have written on here about being in service mode extended. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in service mode because it's not doing anything. Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Got us a leak. Sinking cap. Sinking cap. I gotta see what it's gonna do. It's gonna go to 4 inches and stop. Guess I gotta make a note of that, huh? I really didn't have that tight, did I? Alright. First we want to go to 4 inches, drop down to 2 inches, and go back to 4 inches. So I think you clean all this water up. So we'll just let that go and see what happens. Well, I went from 01 dumping water outside to 02 sloshy sound mode. And I believe that has dropped. Cautiously optimistic. I thought that's all it took. Go check outside. Yep, looks like it's finishing up its dump. Let me go check on the tank. Nope, still 4 inches. I just dipped it. I don't see nothing moving down there. I need to quite understand how these things work. I guess I'm not really sure it works. Water goes in, dumps it into the tank, but you know, you can run the water as full blast as you want. My water's not full blast usually, so maybe that's slowed down by all this. Never really put it in bypass and see if it made a difference. Plenty sufficient. So far so good, not coming up. Check these codes and see what this stuff means. Well, I really don't know how long this thing goes in regeneration mode. It's probably been at least 15 minutes. But it's looking good, it's staying down there. Gonna wait it out. So far so good. Okay, it's been like half an hour, just switched to 03 mode. Wow, sounds like it's dumping a bunch of water. Yeah, no lie. I don't know what is going on here. It is dumping a lot of water. Just about to call water boss again. See how long this thing's supposed to last when it shifted over. So let me see what happens here, how long this goes, and then I have to get on the phone. Disaster struck. I didn't take a picture. I went to 04 and I got water spraying out of here because I took this off like an idiot. So apparently I didn't get that on right. Now my laundry room is flooded. Ay, caramba. Yeah, had to put it in bypass mode to shut the water off to it. So I'm going to recommend not taking that off either. So this little thing in the middle was laying down here and the O-ring was blown out sideways in here. I didn't have this thing in there straight. So I got to try to gently make sure that goes into the O-ring straight. Try again. That was exciting. Now let's see what happens. Went to 3. I don't know if I should trust that or not. I guess I'll know when I come in here if it's flooded. I don't know what those codes mean. I can't find it anywhere. I gotta talk to water boss. Looking in the manual, don't see it. Man, this thing is complicated. Alright. Put it apart, put it back together properly. Ran it through the regeneration cycle manually to get back to this 04, which we sell in the brain tank, I guess. One of those, whatever. You see how that does now that it's not spewing all over. Well, I got some water movement. Flowing a little bit. I'm going to have to get on the phone to the customer service and have them go through all setting these procedures up, and then I'll do a video on that. Because, man, manuals are terrible. I don't have any of this stuff in it. I went to the latest manual on the website and got some information on what these codes mean. But I'm going to have to go through it with somebody's help. Okay, we went to ho 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 mode. And back to the normal setting, I guess. So I'm going to say so far so good. I'll just keep an eye on this thing tomorrow, but I'm going to get a hold of them. It's too late now. So I know what's going on. Well, I got some water movement. Flowing a little bit. I'm going to have to get on the phone to the customer service and have them go through all setting these procedures up, and then I'll do a video on that. Because, man, manuals are terrible. I don't have any of this stuff in it. I went to the latest manual on the website and got some information on what these codes mean. But I'm going to have to go through it with somebody's help. Okay, we went to ho 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 mode. And back to the normal setting, I guess. So I'm going to say so far so good. I'll just keep an eye on this thing tomorrow, but I'm going to get a hold of them. It's too late now. So I know what's going on. Alright, this is a follow-up. I wanted to make sure. It's been about a week or so. I'm going to make sure this thing ran through a cycle. And you can see way down there the water is down where it belongs, 4 inches. So cleaning the injector nozzle seemed to take care of the problem. So all's good.